Hey guys, it's Chris, and in today's video, I'm talking about episode 6 to episode 7 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Let's get into it! First, episode 6. The kids arrive in Las Vegas and make their way to the Lotus Hotel and Casino. Once in the hotel and casino, the kids split up and look for Hermes. Grover investigates alone, and Percy and Annabeth pair up together. Percy and Annabeth meet Hermes, and of course, for various reasons, he doesn't help them. He does give them direction to the underworld, though. Annabeth manages to steal Hermes' keys to his cab, and this cab can teleport anywhere. After they regroup, they realize they've been in the hotel for days. You don't have to eat anything in the Lotus Hotel and Casino. They literally pump the lotus fruit through the vents, through the air, so that's what makes you forget. And they realize that, like, oh man, we gotta get out of here. We've already been in this hotel for days. We gotta go. So they use Hermes' cabs to drive out of the garage, and Percy's not a very good driver, just scraping, scratching against the wall. And right as he gets out of the garage, they're almost hit by a semi, and they teleport to a Santa Monica beach. And Percy goes underwater and talks to Nereid. Nereid was that mysterious woman that he spoke to underwater in episode 4. And she tells Percy that, hey, your quest line, like your quest deadline has expired and Poseidon has prepared for the war. Percy vows to continue his quest and travel to the underworld. Nereid gives Percy 4 pearls which can successfully help you escape the underworld. And she tells him, save the world, then go save your mother. And that's the end of episode 6. Next, episode 7. Percy confronts Procrustes at the mattress shop because Procrustes guards the entrance to the underworld. He guards a passage to the underworld. And Procrustes is actually one of Poseidon's sons and a murderer of travelers. The kids outsmart Procrustes and gain access to the passage. Before entering the realm of the dead, each one of the kids take a pearl so they can successfully escape the underworld. Besides Percy, he has 2 pearls, but Grover takes one and Annabeth takes one. Once in the underworld, the kids run into Charon, the boatman, who summons the Cerberus. And fun fact, in God of War, Chains of Olympus, you actually fight Charon, the boatman. The kids are chased by the Cerberus, and Grover is almost eaten by one of the heads. Annabeth distracts the Cerberus enough so Percy and Grover can fly to top of the wall. There's a wall, they're right next to a wall, and she's scratching one of the dog's heads so it can like almost tame it so it can calm down. And then Annabeth throws them like a dog toy, a squeaky dog toy, throws it up to Percy. Percy catches it, and the dog lunges right up at the wall, almost biting Percy. But that does give Annabeth enough time to jump off the dog's or the beast's neck and grab onto the wall. And then the Cerberus, starts chasing the ball because they throw it into like a lake or something. And, they escape the Cerberus. I wonder if the Cerberus name is Fluffy. Because in Harry Potter, the 3-headed Cerberus was Fluffy. But they just call it the Cerberus in Percy Jackson. I just wanted to make that reference to Harry Potter. So I did like the CGI for the Cerberus. I think it was pretty good. The scene is a little foggy, so it is a little hard to see some things that are going on. Because, it is... there's a lot of fog. They're in the underworld, so that's my only complaint during that scene. It's a little bit hard to see because it's all foggy. At the end of the scene, Grover tells the kids that he lost one of the pearls in the dog's mouth. So they had 4, now they have 3. The kids travel through the Asphodel, a forest where souls are bound by regret. They're essentially trapped there for the choices they made or choices that they didn't make. They look underneath one of the dresses of a human, and you could see all the roots that are right by their legs, essentially bounding them to the forest. And Annabeth is grabbed by one of the roots and essentially sacrifices herself, like, because they hear the Cerberus coming, and she's like, Percy and Grover, just go. Annabeth has to use that pearl to get back to the real world, or get back to the world. So they had 3, now they only have 2. Percy and Grover head towards Hades' palace, and Grover is almost pulled in by the... pulled into the pit of Tartarus, which, because he has the flying shoes on, they start flying or whatever, start sliding down into the pit of Tartarus, and, they slip right off, and he's almost pulled into that pit. And actually, during this scene, that's when Percy learns that he had the Master Bolt in his backpack the whole time. The backpack that Ares gifted to him, it's like he tricked you the whole time. He essentially gave you that backpack so you could bring the Master Bolt into the underworld and give it to Hades. But, spoiler alert, Percy doesn't do that. But it's like that god that was trying to help you tricked you all along. Which makes sense because, I mean, Ares, he's the god of war. And that's what he seems like he's trying to do, is start a war between Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades. All these gods they just come across, some will help him, some don't. And the one that does help him tricks him the whole time. Like, come on, Ares. Yeah, you're definitely the god of war because you're a fucking asshole. Once arriving at Hades' palace, Hades offers Percy a deal. I'll return your mother if you return my Helm of Darkness, which was also stolen. Technically, Hades saved Percy's mother because she was going to be crushed by the Minotaur, but right before that happened, Hades grabbed her and brought her into the underworld and turned her into a gold statue. So if it wasn't for Hades, his mom was actually going to be killed. So at least Hades did that. At least he was nice about that. Percy then realizes that Kronos had organized the thefts. Because you know why he did it? Is because he had a grudge towards his own children. Kronos literally organized these thefts so it could start a war between Poseidon and Zeus and Hades. It's like your own father. I've realized a lot of Greek mythology gods, they were not nice. Some of them were just grimy, and Kronos is no different. Hades offers to protect the kids, but Percy refuses and he vows to return the Helm of Darkness to Hades. Percy and Grover return to the real world and meet back up with Annabeth. And that's when Ares shows up and the kids are confronted by Ares. And obviously, at least what they showed in the teaser for episode 8, Percy and Ares, there's going to be a fight. They're going to be fighting each other. All right, that was me talking about episode 6 to episode 7 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I'm Spider-ManChris, and I'll see you in the next one.